SharePoint is all about collaboration, about communicating with the employees and communicating with others. How does social media changes the impact of SharePoint? Can you take the concepts of social media, can you integrate into SharePoint?
Well, it already is integrated into SharePoint, so SharePoint does have some social media capabilities. I think where companies are struggling, not just with SharePoint as a social media technology, is actually it's twofold. Number one is when one defines social media, there's the question as to, or collaboration, which I think is an alter ego to social media. What does one mean? So for some, collaboration in social media means I can chat with my friends, I can post pictures, I can post documents. For others, it means that I have discussion threads, I do voting. I can work collaboratively online at the same time on a document. So everyone has a different definition, and I think people are trying to rustle up what that actually means. And internally within an organization, I think companies are really struggling because they are saying we are just so pressed with all sorts of tools coming at us. Which way do we go? And people will find the path of least resistance. So SharePoint has become a bit more of that. So now companies are starting to use more of that. However, the definition of collaboration is varied. Now, that's the first part, which is how does one define collaboration or social media? The second piece then is, well, how does that compete with the social media or public social media? Already, and there's an article that we're actually in the process of working with myself and a colleague, and we're actually calling it the community of purpose as compared to the community of interest. And we think it's an interesting concept that actually has permanence within a company as compared to communities of interest, which I think are much broader. Right? Communities of interest are driven typically by people who do have a common interest. Communities of purpose could be people with diverse backgrounds, diverse interests, but yet they have a purposeful intent to get something done. And it should have a beginning and an end. So you'll see us writing about that in a bit. And we have a lot of stats and data to actually support that as well.